Hi guys, welcome to Palace to the Core. My name is Stephen Dawes. Thank you for joining me. So, the pre-Newcastle press conference happened today, and team news is everyone's available except for Chadi Rihad and Chet Doucouré. So, everyone's fit and available, which is fantastic news. Obviously, we have Mark Gahey and Eddie Nketiah are back because after their suspensions for their red cards, so we should have a fully fit team to take on Newcastle. Now, he was asked, this is Oliver Glasner, was asked about whether he might retake the squad, seeing as we've had 2 games in quick succession. And he said, well, we're looking at what we need for the game, judging by obviously how Newcastle play and what they're going to do. So it could be that we might get a little bit of rotation. Who knows? I'm not really expecting too much rotation, though, to be honest with you. I think as long as he's fit, I reckon Mark Hughes. God, that's going back a few years. Will Hughes, I think, will probably start. I would hope to say he would start. I don't think we should start Kamada again. Not because I just think he's not quite working out at the moment, and I think that he's good perhaps as a substitute coming on late in the game when he's got fresh legs, but I'm not sure he should start the game. So that's as far as team news goes. We should have a fully fit squad. He was asked by more than one journalist. I don't really understand how they do it. They ask the same questions all the time about what he thought about Newcastle and Eddie Howe, and he says that he really likes how Eddie Howe plays. He was, of course, wishing him well because Eddie Howe is currently in hospital with pneumonia. But he said that he's very keen on how he plays. He loves the style of play that Eddie Howe has at Newcastle, and has a lot of respect for him. And so he knows it's going to be a tough game because they are very full on, very high intensity team, very powerful team. So he knows it's going to be a tough game, but at the same time he, as always, going out there to win. Now, he was also asked about potential European place, because obviously we are not very close, but we're close enough to perhaps have a think about it. And he said he hasn't really thought about it. He said, if we get to that place, then he will think about it then. But up until that point, he's just worried about the next game coming up, which is fair enough. I mean, you can't look too far ahead. The FA Cup semi-final is coming up as well, of course, against Aston Villa, and I'm going to be there. So if you are there as well on that game, if you see me, do come up and say hello. I'm going to be going to that game. So so hopefully that will be a good. Hopefully, we'll do well. We'll continue to progress and maybe even pinch a European slot if we don't win the FA Cup. Obviously, if we do, it's a different story. But anyway, so yeah, he was asked about that, and he said that he's just concentrating on what's happening right now, which again is fair enough, I think. He was asked about Will Hughes, going back to him again, because he's just signed a new contract until 2027 with the club, and he said that he's great. He's a great talker. He talks to people in the dressing room. He's he's a good passer of the ball. He's very physical in the middle, and he likes that. And he's very pleased that they've been able to extend his contract for another 2 years. And I think it is a good idea. I think Will Hughes is one of those unsung heroes for us. I think we have missed him when he hasn't been available for the whole game, and I think that he does add a little bit of steel in the middle there. I mean, yeah, he's prone to yellow cards, but I think in the long run, I think his benefits outweigh that. I think he's a good defensive midfielder, if you like, but he can also pass the ball really well. So I think he's a great addition to our squad. So I'm really pleased that he's managed to sign on for another 2 years. That is good news for him and for the club. And to be honest, that was pretty much it. It was the usual questions again about how we're going to deal with Newcastle and what we're looking to do going forward and things like that. And it's the usual questions that you get at a press conference. So nothing new, nothing exciting has been mentioned or anything like that. So in terms of what I think the score is going to be, it's going to be a tough game. And I think some of it is going to depend on how we present ourselves after the Man City game. How we rebound from that. If we've learnt from that game and we rebound and we go further, then I think we can get something there. I mean, it was a tight game the previous time we played them. I think it's going to be a score draw. I'm going to go for 2-2. I'm going to give you a prediction this time. I'm going to go for a 2-2. But let me know down in the comment section what you think, what your impression of the score is going to be, and also what you think about the Will Hughes contract extension. And hopefully, when I come back on here again, things will be back to our normal flow of things, and we'll be racking up the points again. So until next time, I'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe if you've got this far.